Pisces, I'm here to give you a wild card read straight from the hip with lots of love. And we are just dipping into your energy to see what is coming towards you. This is a timeless message of the moment. The message finds you when you're meant to receive it. Some things may ding right now, some things may ding down the road. Predictive stuff does come in on these reads. So just tune in, listen to your intuition, take what applies to you, toss aside the rest. Do keep in mind it's a collective read and not a personal. And this is going to be for any significant Pisces placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, prominent placement in that 12th house. Or if you're a Virgo rising, that makes you a Pisces descendant, and you might find a lot of resonance with this message. So what does Pisces need to know right now, Spirit? What is coming toward Pisces right now? What does Pisces need to know right now, Spirit? What is coming toward Pisces right now? Bottom of the deck, we got 8 of Wands in reverse. So something has come to a standstill. There may be some communication that is stopped or is completely blocked. Something that was moving forward at one time is just in a holding pattern I got here. We're going to get a baseline energy just to see what's coming in for you. All right. Again, in reverse. Okay, let's turn this upright. 8 of Cups, okay? 8 of Cups in reverse, though. So something you had walked away from, now maybe you're kind of questioning it. You're turning back around. You're looking at this thing again. And yet maybe you reached out, you know, you had walked away from a situation, and then you decided to reach out to somebody to see if you could like open up lines of communication. Maybe you discovered you were blocked, or maybe you felt like the person wasn't receptive to talking to you, or you just haven't heard back from them yet. Okay. There's something you're looking at here and you're waiting for some kind of communication, but the communication isn't coming in. All right. One more cut and then we'll go from there, Pisces, and see what this is about. Again, how is it in reverse? My goodness. 9 of Wands in reverse, okay? There might have been something you were really willing to kind of like stand around and wait for because you really believed in defending this thing. You had your sights set on this thing. Okay, these are up right now. Very unusual. You saw how many times I had to like turn this back around. Maybe you've been looking at a situation that way, Pisces. You've been looking at it from all different angles. You've been trying to get different views, different perspectives, and you just can't seem to make heads nor tails of this thing, okay? Let's see what's going on here for Pisces. Give me some more information for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know about this situation? We know that you initially walked away from something, okay? And then you decided to do a U-turn, all right? You're looking at this thing again. You may have actually tried to reach out to somebody, try to open up the lines of communication. You haven't heard back from this person, or things are just 100% stalled out here. There's no forward progression. Crossing energy, 6 of Wands, all right? It's interesting the way it comes across on this card here, okay? Because we have one person here is really wanting victory in this situation. And yet it's not just one person. There's a whole group of people behind this individual here. So I feel like you're dealing with some situation where there's a group dynamic and there's a desire to win here. Okay, so that implies some competition, because with the 6 of Wands here, you know, there's 5 Wands behind. So we know there's 4:44 on the clock. There's multiple people in this situation. Everybody has their own investment in this situation. But there's this piece like there can only be one winner. One ring to rule them all. One ring to rule them all. And in this case, it's a victory wreath, okay? You might be in this position where you feel like you have a strong and there was the blockage. but you feel blocked. You feel blocked because something's come to a standstill. Okay, give me some information about this for Pisces. Will there be a breakthrough in this situation? Will there be a breakthrough in this situation? Will there be a breakthrough in this situation? Page of Pentacles. Okay, there will be some kind of communication coming through here. I feel like it's going to be very like, you know, it's small, all right? Knight of Pentacles, all right? There's small movement forward here in this situation. It will come in, but it's slow going. It's from an earth sign energy, potentially, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, all right? And I feel like the communication is just really matter of fact, okay? It's just a little detail. It's just a little peek into a situation. It's a little movement, a little opening of communication in this matter. And it seems like it's just more like, I want to say like a debriefing. It's got that feel like this is not an emotional communication, which seems pretty strange to me with all this like competitive energy back here and so much investment in somebody coming out on top in this matter. All right. Page of Pentacles to Knight of Pentacles. Very slow moving energy. It does have something to do with feeling disappointed, you know, that there's not some kind of emotional offer being made here. There's an emotional offer that's hoped for. We see that with the Three of Swords. There's separation here. There's a wounding to the heart. There's heartache. There's desire for some kind of healing, for some kind of emotional extension here, but that's not what's coming through. The communication coming in is very slow and it's very matter of fact. And there's something here that feels like a real betrayal in this situation with the Five of Swords. And you might feel like, you know, you kind of got the slip, you know? You might have felt initially like you were in the loop on something, and now you're kind of being left out of the loop and you're feeling sort of screwed over in this regard. Like you feel like stuff is purposely being kept from you. All right. There's definite like betrayal energy here. Give me some more details about this for Pisces. What's going on with this? What's the deal here for Pisces? We got Four of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So this could be like some kind of family matter that you're dealing with in this situation. It's something that could even affect like the stability of a home situation here. Maybe it's time to sort of just like kind of like give it a rest, you know, give it a rest. What's kind of feeling a little bit like there's too much, you know, going on behind the scenes here where you're having a hard time trusting a situation. It might be best to just sort of like stick close to those that, you know, are like your family and the people that you can really count on, and just kind of like give this matter a rest. It might be better for you to give this a rest. That's what I'm getting. Take a break from it, you know, and just, you know, focus on the stability. I do feel like in cases where you've been hoping to get some kind of opportunity, some kind of financial opportunity, you might get a little bit of an unfair advantage of this in this situation. It might come in through some news that is arrived at in a sort of surreptitious sort of way. But, you know, I do feel like if you use this information to your advantage, you could edge out the competition and secure yourself this position. I feel that's in alignment with trying to get a certain like job. Maybe you're trying to get a certain position. There's other people applying for it, you know. You might be in a community where it's sort of slim pickings with job opportunities. And it was 10 on the clock when I said that. Or you might have a need to really like reestablish yourself financially. And I do feel like there's going to be, you might have some little unfair advantage in that situation. You might know somebody who can give you an in. They might give you some information that can help you get ahead, or, you know, kind of bump you up to the front of the line in the interviewing process. I do feel like you'll be successful and you'll secure the bag in a situation like that. But the bigger kind of backdrop issue here is some kind of like social dynamic going on. There's some kind of situation here where there was a desire for somebody to extend themselves emotionally. You reached out to this person, you walked away from them because you felt like they weren't as invested as you were in the situation. It was disappointing for you. You were hoping for more out of it. It just wasn't good enough. But you're questioning it now. I don't know. It's almost like I got this vibe. It's almost like you don't want to see somebody else get it. I feel this kind of energy here. It's like you don't want somebody else to get the position. And so maybe that's what's causing you to turn back around. There might even be this kind of vibe. It's like, well, I can walk away from it, but as long as that person doesn't get that position, you know what I'm saying? Or doesn't get that emotional offer from that person. There is this piece here about desiring, you know, some kind of emotional connection with somebody, and that there was a lot of investment in this connection, but there were also a lot of other people in the mix who potentially were obstacles to this thing coming together. And it does feel like, you know, there was a cutoff point here, and then you changed your mind. You wanted to do a U-turn, or somebody's trying to do a U-turn towards you, and there's just like no communication. I could see that too. I could see it like flip-flopped as well, Pisces, where somebody pulled you into a real mess, a real drama. You got in over your head. There was some kind of loss from this situation. It caused somebody in this matter to feel really betrayed. They had to walk away from this situation. This person, you know, maybe tried to reach out to you, and you're like, you know what? I finally got myself back in a place where things feel stable. I'm chilling out at home, you know. I'm just doing my own thing, and I think I want to keep it that way. And maybe for you, that feels like a victory, just to be able to like walk away from this mess. You know, something here really disrupted a home situation. Could have also really disrupted a sense of stability. I got that, you know. And I do think that, you know, even if you were to entertain this communication, or if this person were to reach out to you, if you're the one who kind of like made that effort, I don't think that you would be, you know, too impressed with the news you get. And I do feel like you will get it. I just feel like it's very slow going, and it might actually be delivered by proxy, like through an outside person, not actually talking to the person that you want to talk to. It might come from one of their friends, fills you in or gives you some information, and to you it just makes you feel like, you know, maybe it's better to just let this go, you know. Maybe it's just better to let this go. Let's do a cut of the deck here, all right? The moon. Yeah, there's something that's going on behind the scenes here. And it was 1344 on the clock when I brought that in. So that's 444, right? There's a lot of other forces at work here. And to me, that is a situation where it's like coming in with the Four of Swords as well. It's like sometimes you just got to trust the way things roll out. And if something is meant to come back around and be worked out, it will be. But there is this piece here about you don't got a full view of the situation. So it might be better to have a hands-off approach right now and not push, okay? Five of Pentacles. You know, there is a sense of injury here. And there is a sense of feeling like, you know, you kind of are the one who got like suffered the brunt of something because you felt like, you know, you were misled, or you thought there were people in this situation that you could count on who kind of like left you to, you know, deal with all the fallout. I do feel like you got like a friend that's coming forward and they're filling you in on some details, some things you're not aware of in this situation. And it does look like, you know, what you hear, it's kind of disappointing. It sort of falls flat. You were hoping for like just a little bit more emotion, a little bit more caring. And it just sort of feels like, you know, maybe this wasn't the best thing to go after, you know, this thing, this situation, to enter this, whatever this competitive arena was. It looks like it was some kind of social circle dynamic, but it looks like both people got hurt here in this situation. you know? Both people got hurt, you know? It's like that can kind of be the case when there's something really competitive going on, where there's a lot of egos involved and people forget about like the heart of the matter. Yeah, nobody wins, you know? It's, you kind of have to just chalk it up as a loss and let it go. Put it to rest, man. Block there. All right. I mean, there's definite blockage in this situation. Something's being held back, maybe held back for your own good. And there might be a need to be stabilized and, you know, focus on what you can count on in your life right now and let this go and give time for a little bit of that, you know, divine timing to play out in this situation. I feel like there's something that's being worked out here, all right, but it's not going to get better with your interference. I got that. Let's get just one more round in here just for clarification with this black and light tarot. Okay. Let's see what it has to say. Now look at even on the cut of the deck, we got the moon here with the 5 of swords. There's something that was done in this situation that was foul. There's betrayal in this situation. And I got that somebody thought that they were going to get away with it, and they didn't. And maybe that's what the 8 of Cups is about. They invested a lot in getting away with something because they wanted something. They had a desire in this situation. And I feel like it's of the emotional nature, you know, wanting to like progress a particular connection, okay? But this person may have had multiple people that they were interested in, or there was somehow a competitive environment around this situation. And, you know, somebody might have played a little dirty to try to get their way. And they might have, like, you know, had an unfair advantage because they sort of, like, you know, twisted the truth a bit, you know, manipulated things behind the scenes to lead to a different outcome. They may have thought that they got away with it, but it's coming back around. Like something's being revealed here. Something's being made very clear. I do feel like there is potentially an earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, who's coming in to illuminate matters, all right? But I feel like the person you're wanting to talk to, you're not in communication with them. And it feels like that communication is blocked, you know? It's almost like they sent a friend, you know, to fill you in. That's what it feels like. There's something that was cut off here because some kind of betrayal came to light, and that's what stopped all progress in the matter, you know? I do got this vibe, like everybody got hurt in this situation. It feels like nobody wins. It does look like you got a good, stable, you know, home base. This looks like this is something that's really important to be mindful of, grateful of right now. Maybe just like rest in that and sort of like stick with the people you know you can count on that got your back and that feel supportive. Because there does feel like there's like some need for healing from some kind of major disappointment in a situation where there was a lot of competing egos. All right, bottom of the deck energy. There is some kind of victory here. All right, there is some kind of success that comes through. We got that 6 of Wands. We know that this is what was hoped for. Okay, twice we've had it show up. Ooh, and there's your energy. We got Queen of Cups just flew out onto this angel deck. What's the card behind her? Okay, I do feel like you're at the crossroads right now. This is what you're waiting for. This is what would be victory for you. You want somebody to come forward with an emotional offer in your direction. It's very clear. You're wanting something to progress emotionally, and you're feeling blocked. You're wanting this victory. It landed right on top of this angel tarot here. So I'm going to take this top card. And this could be with an emperor, all right? An emperor energy. That can be Aries energy, Taurus energy. Doesn't have to be who it's classically associated with, but it can be any strong, masculine individual who has really integrated the lessons of the Four Kings. Okay, this is somebody who's very balanced, large and in charge. And I don't know, it looks like, see, this person looks really fed up in this situation. You know, they saw that you extended an olive branch. They know that you want to kind of like work this out. But there's also like this like reticence here. You know, it says here protects against conspiracies. So it's kind of like this person has sort of separated themselves from this situation because they don't want any drama. They don't want any drama. I think you're kind of in a position where you got to like give this situation space because this person looks like they're a little frustrated. I think there will be some kind of like healing that happens here or like some kind of peace offering, but it's not going to happen overnight. This person looks a little irritated and a little fed up with this matter. That's what's coming through, man. All right, let's go ahead and get a super awesome future card just to see any more details of this. I don't think that you're going to get the communication you're hoping for come in. I do think you're going to get some illumination. I think that illumination might help you like rest a little bit. You know, maybe you were really worried about a particular factor in this situation. Something is going to be revealed to you though that kind of like chills you out a little bit. I think it is going to become clear to you though that it's like, I need to give this a rest right now. It'll work out in its own time when it's meant to work out kind of situation. Okay. There is like indication to take your hands off of it because there are other forces at work here that are ironing this out. It looks like it's complicated. And there's definitely some betrayal here, man. And somebody feels like there's been too much like, you know, intrigue in this situation with that conspiracy piece coming in around the emperor. Like just, you know, somebody here is wanting to sort things out and wanting things to be a lot more direct, and it's feeling too convoluted. There's too many people kind of like trying to edge each other out, and so it makes for like a situation where there can be a lot of factions. All right, that's never a good environment when you got people working at cross purposes to one another. And it looks like in this situation, clearly, you know, everybody feels there can only be one winner. And whenever you got that kind of mentality, it's like, well, then nobody wins. You got to look at a win-win situation in this case for things to work out in a beneficial way. And there's no like getting an easy win and then like screwing somebody over in the process. Like that doesn't work. And that's part of what's the problem in this situation. Somebody tried to go about something in an unfair way and actually caused a lot of injury to a lot of people. Like everybody in the situation was affected in a negative way here. And it's because of lack of upfrontness and honesty. Yeah. And everybody's tired, boss, man, with vigor in reverse here. Like done with all this, you know, trying to decide between the head and the heart, what's right, trying to educate each other about the best way to move forward. This could be a really old issue too with the school bus here. You know, somebody needed to just have enough bravery to just up and out with whatever was going on here. Instead of like, you know, taking the long, hard way forward. You know, this caused a lot of BS. I also feel there was a lot of immaturity in this situation that has held things up, okay? There's some cycle here that's had to come to a close. It's necessary. And will there be a moving forward in this situation? Let's see. Is there hope for there to be like some kind of moving forward, resolution, healing in this situation? Okay. Again, we got a crossing card came out on the angel deck here, so we'll look at that. We got the kiss up. Okay. And I feel like that's what's going on right now. Somebody's way of kind of like making peace might be to give gifts, you know. Here, let me do this for you. Let me give you this. I made this for you. I got you this special gift. That might be somebody's way of like feeling like they've made everything right. Well, if I buy you this, then it makes everything okay. All right. So there's this piece here of feeling like, you know, what do you think I am? You think I'm an idiot here? I didn't know what happened back there. You think this gift makes everything right? You think you can just buy me off? I don't know. Can they? Can they, Pisces? I mean, we see your heart's on the line here. With the heart, you've been through a lot here. There's something that's been very painful for you, all right? And you're wanting this union, but look at that 12 energy. Again, it's like there's something else in the mix here, and it's throwing a wrench in the works. And when I look at that top card, what's there? It's the Emperor, right? It's the Emperor. And maybe that's what he's holding in his hand too, is those laurel leaves that are used to make the wreath of victory. And maybe he hasn't even bothered to figure out who he wants, you know, who he wants to be by his side at the end of the day. And maybe he's just tired to be dealing with any of this hassle in the first place. I mean, there's definitely this feeling of connection there. You definitely feel connected to this person. You might have even wanted to just like be able to move forward. Blockage. It's coming up with conspiracy around it. So we know that there's not something up front here. There's something that's a little sus that's been going on in this situation that's really holding up this show. I'm going to do a cut of the deck here, and we're going to cap it off with this, all right? Two of Swords. Breaking the circle lifts opposing barriers and brings victory, all right? So it looks like the real victory for you in this situation is breaking yourself free from some, you know, repeat loop you've been on with this whole cast of characters here. It's keeping you in a karmic cycle that's just not healthy for you. And it's once you do this and you break free from this, you're going to have a different view, and the barriers will fall away too. And this brings the success that you're looking for. There is some success on the other side of this. There's going to be something that you're going to be very happy for at the end of the day. But what you may not realize is the success may be in you just really recognizing that you deserve a lot more than that, and that you're worth a lot more than putting up with stuff like this. And when you do that, when you think more of yourself, and when you feel like you deserve better, that's when you're going to get better. That's when it shows up. But there's some unhealthy cycle here that needs to be brought to a close. And I feel like on this one, you got to cut yourself free.